I came to Chapter House in the spring of last year. I have a long history in the field. I've worked in the field in about 14 years with various populations, combat veterans, alcoholics, addicts, young people, youth, and had worked as an interventionist for the last number of years. And Mike had invited me out to see Chapter House, and it was sort of what I saw was an executed vision of a program I had always kind of wanted to be a part of, but nobody seemed to be able to kind of pull all the pieces of that together. So I really liked the model. I saw people really working an immersion, 12-step immersion and completion program with all the, with this great wraparound care with all the services that might potentially come up being provided and meeting every need the client has.
To do what we do well, we have to have an immense amount of staff, and we're committed to that. So, during the day, we have numerous staff that are around to drive the guys to appointments, to mentor them, to just be supervising, watching, and to be involved in their lives so they're not left alone. They don't know how to do life. They don't know how to do early recovery.
The case managers, our therapists at our counseling center, our ratio with our kids, the guys that are at Chapter House, the ratio with staff is 4-to-1, which is really high. The 24-hour staff that we have there, high accountability, the discipline, the structure, what their day looks like from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. There is 24-hour accountability, really is what it is. So
I would hope that every place that works in the helping profession believes that their staff is the best staff that there is out there. And I really, truly believe that about my staff. I've never been so content on what they do and how they perform.
It's a matter of having enough people involved, to make a program that is successful. We handpick every staff member. Every single guy that works for us is a guy who got sober as a young adult and is in long-term sobriety now. And it's like, who better to mentor these guys than a guy who's done it?
And so that helps us empathize with the people that we serve. We've been there before. That helps us, in a delicate way, know kind of what's going to happen, and forecast that, but also, hold our residents accountable with love and understanding and allow them to make mistakes and give them the room. But when they do, we're able to say, hey, well, here's my experience at that.
Because I was that guy that fought it. I knew better. I would say the staff are incompetent where I'm at. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what's best for me, right? And once I had that change in outlook and that attitude shift through working the 12 steps and going through a program, man, it was amazing. For me looking back, so I just know where they're at all stages. I know where these guys are at.
A lot of our staff have been chronic relapsers, have been in numerous treatment centers. They've been around. They know the drill. And we can also kind of stay one step ahead of the guys because of that, because it's like, we know their game, we know who they are, we know what's happening, we know how they feel, and so we're able to really connect with them in a different ways.
Being on the other side of it as a staff member now and not a client or a resident, there's a lot of fighting for us. We got to fight for their recovery, sometimes harder than they do. And that can be tiring, working in this field sometimes. It can really beat you down, right? And so, but you got to remember, the long-term goal is you're trying to help someone save their life or lead them down the path to God. That it's essentially, He's going to be the one that's going to carry them and save their life. So sometimes with Chapter House, which is cool, and our staff, is that we realize that.
Not only if I didn't handpick them, they were handpicked by the people I handpicked. Because it's really important for everybody, I think, to be on the same page. That vision of, program over profits, helping the residents we serve, investing in ourselves, continuing to educate ourselves and get better as a person, and that affects that whole.
The staff is absolutely the heart and soul of our program. Genuinely. That is. As a company, we invest immensely into our staff. They're all, full-time guys who we invest in And we're trying to help them build careers, and we're trying to help them rebuild their lives.
There's a lot of benefit to the fun things we do here, and how our staff shows up for our guys day to day, and lets them know, like, you know, this is real, you know, and they treat them like people, you know, not like a number. And that's the beautiful thing. And that's when I hired all the house staff, I hired them based off some of their skill set, but their heart and their love for recovery, and the love for people that they have, you know, to make sure these guys are getting what they deserve.